In the Ip Man movies and also online, there's a lot of people that just have an idea of what Wing Chun should look like. This is one specific example of chain punches where you see it on the movies and you think it's supposed to be applied in this way, and it's really not. Let me explain exactly why. Don't think of chain punching as a technique to be used specifically the way that you train it, okay? It's not. What it really is a concept of one hand asking and another hand defending or backing up and getting ready to ask. So that's the concept that it's teaching. So even though you see it looking like this, you won't really see it in that same way. You'll see the action of being hit and then another hit, right? So you'll see those different things. Or you'll see you move in different ways. The practice of doing that is the practice of getting into these two positions, the asking position and the protective position. And they're not too far away from one another, okay? So they're right upon one another. What else it's trying to do, it's also trying to really zone this central plane, and between my axis, my center axis, and the other person's center axis. It's gonna zone that. That is the most efficient line between me and someone else, or someone that's attacking me. So it's zoning that. It's making them go longer, the long route. This is the shortest to one point, the most direct, the most efficient line. And what's more, it's very difficult to defend this line. This line is very hard. You can see everybody defending like this, or defending this way, or however else they're defending. But this line, for the most part, it's always open, right? Even if someone's covering up without gloves, okay? So we train in Wing Chun without gloves for the most part. And this spot is there always is a way through. I mean, because that's what we want to be. We want to be like water. So back to understanding this. What you do first is you ask the question. What is the question? Are you going to allow me to occupy your center? Which could be a strike. It could be simply controlling them. Both. This asking hand. Then, once you get an answer, maybe the answer is yes. Great. If the answer is yes, then I'm going to come with this next one because I don't want to stay stagnant in anything. There's another concept of constant movement, constant flowing. Water flows, okay? So whether you've hit or not, what if the answer is no, you can't come in? Okay, so you may use that maybe something is the way, maybe you lower them in order to come on in. Maybe you deflect and come around the other side. Who knows? Maybe you raise it and come underneath. It's just another version of these two positions. So please, don't think of it in a technique sense that you're supposed to just do this. That's not it. You're supposed to learn the concept of ask the question and defend. Right behind it. Ask that question and defend, no matter where you are. The other concept is which one is the asking hand? The hand that's closest to the person. If they're over there, the asking hand's here. If they're over there, the asking hand's this way. The other thing is make sure that this is not a static position. There's another mistake people have because they have they have these ideas from other martial arts of static guarding positions. There's no static guarding position in Wing Chun. Everything is an action. So this is an action. So don't freeze frame this action like you see in the movies, right? You don't do that. You ask the question when it's time. Before that, before it's actually time, before the moment, there's no need to have your hands up at all. Right? But when the time comes, you ask that question. It's an action, right? So understanding these different things, move around your feet, now the technique. So let me know if you have more questions on this. It's really important that you understand Wing Chun the way that it's supposed to be applied. I've been doing this for 29 years, and I want to help you understand things on a more precise level. Wing Chun is not easy to get at first because what you see in training often is not the way that it's applied. There's developmental things that happen, and there's good reason for everything. But you've got to understand what those are. And when you put them in context, you start to see things in a much simpler, clearer, more practical sense. Thank you much. If you're interested in my online course, I have a 90-day beginner's course that's online that helps you get going with Wing Chun. Maybe you don't have someone in your area that you can go to, or maybe you want to just get specifically started with me. You've seen my many lessons on YouTube, and you see how I teach. You see how I use logic and simplicity for things, and very straightforward in my approach. So you go to wingchunlessons.com, and what you'll see is my 90-day program. It'll detail all the things that we do. We do Sunum Tao, we do wooden dummy or air dummy if you don't have a dummy. We do simultaneous attack and defenses. I help you with concepts. I help you with structure of Wing Chun. So many different things, warm-up exercises that you can do. So a daily training regimen. You will get worked up on things as well as we drill different things. I use a metronome in my wooden dummy training. A lot of different things that are unique. It's called Dragon Family Wing Chun. We are the Dragon Institute, and that's our specific approach. But wingchunlessons.com if you're interested. I'm Sifu Adam Willis. Thank you much.